Morning students, we'll start with the next energy, that is geothermal energy. Now this energy is found from the earth's crust, okay, where you have got molten rocks, okay. Now these molten rocks have got a high amount of heat at a certain hotspots where there are cracks, okay, and the underground water, when it comes in contact with this hotspot, a steam is generated. Now this steam, okay, has got some outlets. They are known as hot springs, okay. Now through a pipe, okay, this steam, when it is focused on a turbine, you get the electricity, okay. The cost of production is not much, but there are only few sites available where you can have this hot springs and this turbine, okay, to be generate for generation of electricity. So the number of power plants, okay, based on this geothermal energy are there in New Zealand and US, okay. Now we go to the next type of energy, that is nuclear energy. Now in nuclear energy we have got nucleus of heavy atoms such as uranium, plutonium and thorium, okay. These are the heavy nucleus elements. When they are bombarded with low energy neutrons, okay, they split into lighter nucleus, okay. So you have the nucleus of this splitting into two atoms, okay. So one big atom splits into two small atoms, okay. Now when this is done, a tremendous amount of energy is released, okay. Now this fission of the atom of uranium, for example, produces 10 million times the energy produced by combustion of one atom of carbon from coal, okay. So one atom of uranium produces 10 million times more energy burning of one atom of carbon from coal, okay. So this energy can be used for generating electricity, okay, like it's called as nuclear fuel, and it is a sustainable chain reaction. So the energy can be controlled, okay, and this is used to produce steam by heating water and then generate electricity, okay. Now there is a did you know here, but this is the equation used for the energy, that is E is equal to delta mc square, which is given by Einstein, okay. Now here there is a speed of light in vacuum. This energy is often used in units of electron, that is E volt, that is electron volts. Okay, so 1 electron volt is equal to 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. So remember this for MCQs and all. And 1 atomic mass unit, that is 1 mu, is equal to 931 mega electron volts, that is MeV. Okay, turn the page. Now here there is a small information where the nuclear power reactors are located in India, in Tarapur, that is Maharashtra. Then you have got in Rajasthan. Then you have got in Tamil Nadu, UP, Kakrapar in Gujarat, okay, and in Karnataka. Okay. Now less than 33% of the total electricity, okay, of the generation can be is coming from these power reactors, and however some countries, okay, they meet that 30% of the electrical power needs from these reactors. So in our country it is still less, okay, just 3%. Now there are certain limitations of nuclear power plant, okay. This generation of nuclear power to store and disposal of these fuels which are used, okay, that is uranium, okay, it is still radioactive, so still it is decaying. Now this radioactivity of uranium is very harmful, these radiations. So if the disposal is improper, if it is not properly disposed, okay, then it will result in environmental contamination, okay, and accidental leakage of nuclear reaction. If it happens, then it is very hazardous. The high cost of installation of nuclear power plant, high risk to environmental contamination, and limited availability of uranium, these are the limitations of nuclear power plant, okay. Now we have another reaction known as nuclear fusion reaction. If you go back to this, the nuclear fission, this reaction is by breaking of nucleus. This is known as nuclear fission. So we are breaking this uranium atom into two different atoms. The exactly opposite is nuclear fusion, where you are combining the two nucleus into one heavy one. So here we have got lighter nucleus, that is hydrogen isotope, that is H2. We combining this and we get a helium atom, that is H3 plus 1 neutron. Now this releases tremendous amount of energy according to Einstein's equation, okay. Now this also is used. This nuclear fusion is continuously going on in sun and other stars. Okay, and extreme millions of degrees of temperature and millions of pascals of pressure is released, and it is needed for this reaction. Okay, the hydrogen bomb is based on this thermonuclear fusion reaction, while nuclear bomb is based on fission of uranium and plutonium. So this is based on fusion and this is based on fission. Okay, now both of them are combined, okay, to make a nuclear bomb, where you have got a very high temperature and it is raised in few microseconds, 10 raised to minus 10 raised to 7 Kelvin in few micros, when you combining both hydrogen bomb and nuclear bomb. Okay, the last topic is environmental consequence. When you are using all the sources of energy, it disturbs the environment somewhere. Okay, it may be in case of extracting the source. Okay, for getting like coal and petroleum. While extracting, also you have to face some consequences. Okay, and then if you are using some technology, then also there is some environmental damage. Like suppose constructing dams and all. Okay, although we talk of clean fuels like CNG. Okay, but still there are some of the other, there is burning or somewhere the environmental consequences are always there. Okay, and then how long will the energy source last, that is the last topic, that is depending on how we use it. Okay, because they are all very limited, they are exhaustible sources. So if we manage to replace biomass, okay, instead of all these energies, then we can have a cleaner environment. Okay, and the source of energy will last longer. Now turn the page. Here we have got renewable energy, which is available in our natural environment. Okay, that we can use continuously. Okay, and the extraction of these, okay, does not disturb the environment. Thank you.